Failed Athlete's Perspective is brought to you by Amazon. Go to 86charles.com and click on the Amazon link before you waste countless dollars on sporting goods and team gear for a sport you were never good at, and for a team that doesn't care about you. Cheers.
It's time for the Failed Athlete Perspective. Travis Spencer, 3 in a row.
3 terrible games in a row? You're right.
No, it's our 3rd show.
Oh, 3 shows. I could only think about the awful football I had to watch this weekend. I was so excited about it, and guess what? 2 terrible games back to back. The wings were great. The ribs were great. The beer, the bloody beer was great. I had so many great things, and then a terrible weekend of football. What happened, John? Why was it so bad?
I can explain Green Bay Atlanta, and I think that went exactly as I predicted, just in terms of the Green Bay injuries just caught up. Everything caught up. Like they were riding a magic carpet, and it just took a nosedive, which I don't know. I felt like that was about to happen anyways.
I'm not surprised about. Yeah, let's stick there. Let's stick there now. But so I'm not surprised that Matt Ryan just picked apart that secondary. But come on, we have these, like, Julius Peppers is done. Clay Matthews, why does he get commercials? He was nowhere. I didn't see him. Did you see Clay Matthews make one play? He had how many tackles?
I saw him in the locker room afterwards. He was talking about that they thought they were a team of destiny.
Oh, and his hair looked good? Did he have like some Pert Plus? Some what's his thing? Like,
he had some beef jerky.
I've got long hair, but I will chop it off if I get to the NFC Championship. It's just gone. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but you're not built like Thor either. So,
dude, have you seen me lately? I'm up to 178, bro. I'm getting big. 6'2", 178. Putting on weight. I'm packing in for the winter. That defense. Okay,
yeah, I'm sure you're very Clay Matthews like.
Let's get back to the defense was atrocious. As soon as
I would have expected Green Bay to score more, but defensively, I think honestly, Atlanta defensively was more impressive than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they got to him. They sacked him 3 or 4 times, something like that. They got to him a couple times.
They shut him out the entire first half. Am I correct?
What?
It was 24-0 at the half. I
believe
think
that's correct. Yeah, they were great in the first half, and then it was garbage time.
But you got to figure those 3. Whatever, they gave up like 3 touchdowns, but that was basically garbage time touchdowns at that point.
Right. Well, it came like Riptowski fumbled, and that kind of they were driving. If they got a touchdown or anything on that drive, it changed everything. But right away, you knew with Aaron Rodgers, like he had to score on almost every possession. Like we knew that was coming in, right? The Packers were going to give up so many points because their defense sucks.
I think in Green Bay's defense, I think most teams going against Atlanta this year, right now, you're going to have to score just about every time.
Well, especially Green Bay. Like, where was the defense? It was awful. It was terrible to watch. I just kept on, okay, somebody on defense has to, like, step up and make a play. It just didn't happen. We had a couple drop picks, right? Like, they hit him in the chest. That one dude jumped up. He was a young guy. He jumped up. He had a full pick right in front of his face, and why was Matt Ryan throwing the ball that deep?
I don't understand why you're so hesitant to just give Atlanta credit. Don't get me wrong. The Green Bay defense is not good, but the Green Bay defense hasn't been good since a while. I was going to say Reggie White, but I'm like, no, they've been better since that more recently. But the Green Bay's not known for their defense.
I'm not saying that they are.
You expected a bit of a shootout. You expected a lot of offense in this game.
Correct.
Give credit to Atlanta for delivering.
Matty Ice.
I mean, he looked great. The running backs looked great. Julio Jones. Is there any argument who the best receiver in football is? No.
This week.
He's got 3 different tight ends he can throw to.
They're pretty impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Give them some credit. They've been. I might be messing this stat up, but I want to say their last 3 games they've averaged 38 points a game. You got to drop almost 40 on the Falcons.
It's pretty
when you're putting up that kind of numbers offensively, who cares what your defense does? And their defense gets pressure on the quarterback, which if you're going to do one thing on defense, that's probably the best thing to do.
That's a great backfield. Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman. Like, you've got a nice 1-2. Good receivers. Yeah, they're tough. They're tough, man. All right, let's move to the other game. I just didn't like watching it because I didn't pick them. If I picked them.
No, it's because your boyfriend Aaron Rodgers looked human, and it happens. Jordy Nelson was playing with broken ribs and a punctured lung.
Right. You think Aaron Rodgers is so great, and then you see Tom Brady play, and you remember who is actually the GOAT. The greatest of all time quarterback.
That's why Aaron has 1, Tom has 4.
He's about to get 5. Well, even if he doesn't get 5.
1, Tom's going to his 7th.
Tom Brady is a machine. 38 years old? He's just like...
I think he's 39 now, or about to be 39.
It makes me want to... Is he a vegan or a vegetarian? What's his thing? He's like really into...
his diet is super strict and super regimented. I don't think he can honestly fit into any of those categories.
Right. I think it's just really smart. It's a really good diet.
Nothing goes into his body that he's unaware of, where it comes from and what it does.
Except for Donald Trump. Donald Trump
fucks
him whatever he wants. Donald Trump just calls Tom Brady.
I gave you such an easy setup. I had no idea how you were going to finish, but I knew it was coming.
Jesus Christ. Like Donald calls up and Tom's like butt naked with the fucking hat on, and he just bends over and Trump shows up and just fucks him raw.
It seems more weird to me that you've already pictured all this.
I mean, it's Tom
I don't
think
this
Brady.
Is off the top of the dome.
All right, so about Tom Brady.
Anyway.
To miss 4 games, like he has the ultimate FU this year. I don't even necessarily like Tom Brady, but I just want to see. I respect Tom Brady. We'll put that out there.
I've rooted for him. I've rooted against him.
Exactly.
But
like
I've never not respected what he does
and to be
his effort.
To be drafted where he did and to make it where he went, that's awesome. That's what I love about the NFL.
His story's better than the guy who went first overall.
Oh, it's incredible for generations.
Picked 198 teams, or 198 teams, 198 picks went before him.
Yeah.
And he's quite possibly the best football player ever.
Well, you know that he has the number 198 tattooed on his dick, right?
No, 199 is his number.
He's number 199. So, yeah, you know it's
He was 199.
I guarantee you he doesn't have any tattoos except on the head of his dick, and it says 199, and every time he puts it into Giselle, he remembers. And guess what? That's made him the best quarterback of all time.
If you get me photographic evidence that that's true, I won't destroy you for that comment. But until then, can we please stop talking about Can we stop sexualizing Tom Brady and just talk about the game?
What game? What happened? Somebody play?
Well, Pittsburgh was there.
Wasn't a game, my friend. It was over as soon as it started.
Is that game different if Le'Veon Bell doesn't go out?
I don't think so. He went out way too early. He only ran the ball a couple times, right? Like he didn't have many carries at all, which sucked. Really, really sucked. Because after that first game, like honestly, I don't care either way. I don't care. I just want to watch a couple good games. Give me some competition.
You think that game's a little bit closer if Bell's in there and healthy, though?
Yeah, you got
a little bit closer.
It has to be. But Chris Hogan, how was Chris Hogan all open all day? Did anybody cover him all game? 180 plus yards, right? It was ridiculous.
2 touchdowns. Yeah.
Jesus. Man, I'm done with FanDuel. That was like somebody has a game like that and it's just over. Like if you don't have that guy, you're done. It's like, done with FanDuel. I've lost too much money. Lame. Let's bet on games. I don't gamble. My name's John Derby. I don't gamble.
It's not like it. I don't do it because it's a moral issue. I just don't really understand it, and I've never cared enough. And I am traditionally an unlucky person, so to me it feels a lot more like throwing money away.
John, I just do it to fill a hole of chaos. I don't know anything else to do but throw money at it. It's just this deep, dark hole inside of me. All right, let's move on. What else do you want to talk about? Oh, so a Super Bowl preview, huh?
Sure.
So we've got New England and Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Do you know what the line is?
I have no idea. I would imagine New England's favored. I would have, if I had to guess, I'd say probably between. I'm gonna guess New England's getting 3. Or giving 3 rather. Is how I want to say that.
Here we go. Hold on. Yep, New England's a 3-point favorite.
There you go.
Yeah,
and I don't even understand sports gambling.
No, that's pretty basic because 3 points.
Right. It's almost always 3, 4, or 6.
Well, and 3 is like if you think 2 teams are even and the team at home is 3 points better. Not that New England's necessarily at home, but it's like that's the clear favorite. All things being equal, New England is the better team, allegedly, right? Over under,
guess. Yeah.
57.5. All right, John. Give me your picks and tell me why.
Well, okay, I'll start off with I guess I'm rooting for Atlanta. I'd like to see Atlanta more than I'd like to see New England win it. Just because New England does not need Tom Brady doesn't need a 5th ring. Let Matt Ryan get one.
He needs fuck you money to Roger Goodell though. Give him that.
But I'm not upset if Brady wins. I guess I'd be less upset if Matt Ryan won. I don't know. I have no horse in the race. But so yeah, my rooting interest would be Atlanta. My pick would be New England. I'm gonna say they cover. And what was the over under 57?
57.5.
New England. I'm gonna take the under. Actually, I'm going to take the under. Seems stupid, but I think if New England wins, it's because they have to hold Atlanta to under 30 points.
Right. Number 1 scoring defense in the league. Who knew?
Who, New England is?
Yeah.
I'm not shocked. They're very much a bend, don't break kind of a defense.
How dare you say it. I was about to say the bend, don't break defense. Like I invented it. Ooh, bend but don't break. All right. I have to agree with you on both things. I think we just see as Atlanta lighten up terrible defensive teams, and they're going to run into a defense and it's just the machine that is New England, right?
Exactly.
You're going to run,
and you're asking me to bet against Tom Brady. That's hard to do.
And when I saw Samuel L. Jackson walk out onto the field, I'm like, oh, man, these guys are partying with celebrities after this game. They're not.
For which game?
Do you think Bill Belichick gives a shit about winning an NFL or an AFC championship? Not one bit. Not a single bit.
It was in Atlanta that Samuel L. came onto the field?
I guarantee you Atlanta fucking had a good time. They had a good time after. They had a way better time than New England
answer my question?
Did. Sorry. That was a good tangent. What's the question?
No. Jesus.
I didn't even listen to you.
Samuel L. Jackson come onto the field at the Atlanta game?
Yes, that's what I said. That when I saw Samuel L. Jackson come on in his Jackson #1 jersey.
You just said he came onto the field. I didn't know which game it was.
Oh, you knew which game it was. It was the Atlanta. That's why I was saying that Atlanta was partying too hard.
But you never actually said Atlanta.
Okay, but can't you contextualize? I know America's contextualizing.
Yes. I'm trying to do this for respect of the person or persons that are listening to this stupid show.
Man, well, you're exactly what I need in life as an editor. So I'll send you some pages of chaos, and you can edit those as well.
And then you can just throw money at it.
Yeah, don't have that. Okay, so we agree. And it has to be under the 57. If New England's going to win, if I'm going to logistically pick New England, it has to be under. They have to stop Matt Ryan. They're going to figure out a way to double Julio Jones and make other people beat him, right? Atlanta has a lot of weapons, though, man.
I don't disagree, but it's hard to imagine a Super Bowl that's going to go both teams north of 30, 35. That's tough.
Honestly, I am with you. I have no real rooting interest. I don't care. The only thing I want to see is Roger Goodell hand Bill Belichick and Tom Brady the trophy, and he'll eat crow like John Darby does when Chip Kelly interviews with the Patriots. Eat crow, my friend. Eat crow.
It's not actually for a job. It's just to keep his name out there. It's all a scam.
Don't you
There's
love
no
it, though?
Actual position
you flipped out.
No, I
You're
hated that. As soon as I saw that article, I said, are you kidding me? He made that up.
You lost your mind. You're like, no,
he wouldn't be surprised.
He would go to Alabama first.
I bet you that article was some scam news rag, and they just quoted our stupid show.
Dude, if we are a credible source for any news source, fake news or anything, bring it on. I will bring you the news.
Speculation has Chip Kelly. Who speculated? Some dude named Travis.
Well, that's the truth. Like, news outlets are doing that. So you hear news stories all the time. Where like, Joe Rogan said in a podcast, or Bill Simmons said in a
I think the nation would be disappointed to learn that a lot of news breaks on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Credible news sources break news on Twitter.
We're in a whole, you're opening Pandora's box of bullshit.
I don't disagree, but it's the fastest way, and that's the thing that news cares about, is it being fast, being first. And the way to do it fast and first is social media.
Oh, yeah.
Twitter specifically.
Look at your president, my friend. Look at your president. Jesus
I don't
Christ.
have one.
Did you vote?
Yes.
Oh, then you have a president. I didn't vote. I actually don't have a president. You're a part of this country. I'm into chaos.
Yes, there is a 45th president.
Chaos. All right, John.
45th president. I'll acknowledge that.
Hold on. Are you talking about Cheetos again?
No.
Chester?
Now my least favorite snack.
This is a sports show, my friend. You want to talk a little basketball before we go? Or do you want
Of course.
to continue to talk about Aaron Rodgers' Tom Brady's beautiful penis?
I think we can skip the peni conversation altogether.
If you need more penis in your life, go to 86charles.com and look at the last episode of 86 Charles with the beautiful snow peni that I built.
That's true.
Amazing. I am a craftsman. John,
a fairly graphic snow image.
tell me how beautiful my snow penis was. Tell me.
Okay, I can say this unequivocally: the nicest snow penis I've ever seen.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Guess what? Exact replica of my penis. So by default, you said I have the nicest penis you've ever seen.
I know that that's not true because I saw Andrea smile next to it. She would not do that if it were in a replica of yours.
And had her arm around it, I believe, because it's girthy.
That might be true. I don't remember, but that sounds about right.
Girthy. All right, NBA, John. What do you want to talk about?
Did you watch Cleveland San Antonio on Saturday? I
did. I had LeBron James and Kyle
Cleveland
Korver in a FanDuel, and LeBron was fine. Kyle Korver sucks.
He doesn't suck. He just hasn't settled in yet. But you know what? But that's in the past. We do this so we don't have to talk about old sports. But do you know what Cleveland followed that up with on what is now Monday night?
A loss?
To
who'd they lose to?
An Anthony Davis-less Pelicans.
Trap game. Typical trap game.
How can they have it? Like, Cleveland shouldn't have trap games.
Are you kidding me? They go to New Orleans. They party their asses off. They're like,
but you just lost to the Spurs, and the Spurs were down. What? Tony Parker and somebody else was missing. Who else was missing?
Pau Gasol.
There you go. Thank you.
They're probably better without those old farts. That's what they proved. I think they're better. Who's that young dude? Who's the young guy who's the point guard from Washington? That dude brought it. He's good. He's scored a lot of points in his last couple games.
Yeah, but don't bury the lead. It's Kawhi Leonard. That guy's insanely good.
What is it? It's 30-plus points and it's like 6 or more games.
6 straight games.
Right. Like, he's incredible. He's been amazing. I hate the Spurs. But you know what?
He's what, top 5 in the league players?
I don't hate the Spurs. Once Manu Ginobili's out, I don't hate the Spurs anymore.
You hate Manu Ginobili?
Yeah, he's the one I hate.
Oh, man. You hate all that's right with basketball. I love Manu Ginobili.
You're a guy who hates soccer, and Manu Ginobili is what's wrong with soccer. Like, you don't
what does that have
get
to do
it.
With soccer?
So Manu Ginobili brought the soccer game to basketball, and he did his best to ruin it by being a flop artist. Artists should
insane.
burn in hell. And Manu Ginobili is a flop artist. He's Argentinian. He has that flair.
First of all, if you're an artist at anything, you shouldn't burn in hell.
What?
There's room for art. If you're an artist at anything, you shouldn't burn in hell.
I don't believe that. I think there's plenty of artists who should burn in hell. If they were no good or if they were great, but if they were satanic or evil, let's not say satanic. Let's say evil.
Yeah, I was gonna
there
say,
may
like, what do you
actually be
care?
evil, but I don't believe in that bullshit. But there is maybe a true darkness, but we're not going to call it satanic.
Anyways,
But just because you're an artist doesn't mean you're not necessarily evil. So why couldn't you burn in hell?
I just think you should appreciate an artist for being an artist.
I
Even
do.
Even if you're a flop artist.
Well, and guess what? Burning in hell might be the fucking ultimate glory of all. Like, how can I say? You know?
Fair point. I like Manu though. He's a good player.
I respect him, but I
Hall
hate
of
his
Famer.
guts.
Would you say he's not? I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think so because with the Olympic gold medal and
The numbers, the rings, the medals,
without a doubt.
The length of career.
NBA solo, it's a little harder, but you have to give him the nudge with the international and the
I don't know. It's hard to put. I don't know what his numbers are off the top of my head, but I have to imagine, and especially for especially when you count him as an international player, he's one of the top international players ever.
Right, but you don't watch soccer, and the whole thing is with soccer, like
not.
it is literally ruined the
sports.
game. It has ruined the game. The flopping has ruined the game. It's the perfect game. I've told you so many times, John Derby. It's the perfect game. But flopping has ruined it. Flopping and penalty kicks have ruined the game. All right. But anyway, so the fear was when Manu Ginobili started doing that shit that I thought he was going to bring it over and ruin the NBA. But it hasn't happened, so I respect him for trying, but sayonara.
Yeah, the worst flopper in the league is Marcus Smart, and he's American-made and has probably never played soccer.
Guess what? I'm sure he watched a lot of Manu Ginobili growing up.
Okay.
Guaranteed, son.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't disagree. Flopping's terrible, but
There's only one other thing we got to talk about.
Lon Babby is a bloody wanker.
2 wins this week, my friend, for the Phoenix Suns. They beat the Knicks, and then they beat the Toronto Raptors. That's 2 pretty good wins, John. That's 2, well,
the
one
Raptors
playoff
win
team.
is good, sure, because the Raptors are an actual playoff team. The Knicks, who cares? The Knicks are not a good team.
I think Bledsoe put up 40, and I know in the Garden, my man Devin Booker put up 26. He's only 20 years old, and he put up 26, John. Give him some love.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he's a good scorer, sure.
John, how many you put up at the Garden?
How many have I put up at the Garden?
Yeah.
Big old goose egg.
Oh, you put up none, and Devin Booker puts up 26, and you can't say, hey, good game, Book. Good game, Devin Booker.
I just said he's a good scorer. You said give him some love. He's a good scorer.
All right, thanks. Thanks, John. That's
That's
all
all
I
I
need
got.
out of you. I don't actually
I
want
hate
to talk
that you
to you
won't
anymore.
talk. I hate that you don't talk about the Golden State loss, though. That's what was supposed to follow up the Cleveland loss. It was like Golden State dropped one to Miami.
Oh, to Miami? How did they lose to Miami? That's impossible.
I told you, Deion Waiters went nuts. He went for 33 points. Hit a game-winning 3.
Ugh, I don't even care. The Warriors are going to be fine. It's going to be
I don't
the
care
Warriors.
either. And they
Like-
are going to be fine, and they're going to have the best record in the league. And this it's so boring.
This is why last year was so great, because the Warriors were on a streak and they were trying to win every game. Outside of that, I don't give a fuck about the regular season. The regular season
and not to
actually
mention,
sucks.
They won 70-plus games last year, and because they couldn't get over the hump, let's just add like the second best player in the NBA. Cool.
Still compelling, but I don't care. Like, they're
No,
not
it's
going
not.
for
How is it
74
compelling?
wins.
It's not
If they were-
compelling until the playoffs.
If they were going for 74 wins and the
They're
championship, I'd believe it. But I'll watch. I might not even watch basketball this year. I don't care. I'm going to take a little hiatus. I'm just going to talk with you about basketball, but I'm not actually going to watch any of the games.
Well, it honestly feels like none of the games matter.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what made last year great, right?
Because it doesn't matter what the seedings are or anything, because
Until it comes to the playoffs.
No one's going to beat the Warriors.
Well, except for
Coming
the
out of
Cavs.
the West, at least.
Yeah.
Coming out of the West.
So all it comes down to is the finals, and I'm fine with that. Like, it sucks that we have to deal with this shit.
But
Like,
we've got to
I'll still watch the playoffs.
So that means every game until the finals means nothing. Great. I just wish that there were one team that you thought in the West could actually beat the Warriors in a series. But there's not.
I don't see it. It's not happening. And there's nobody in the East that can beat the Cavs.
No, not that's even less close. But that's been that way for a couple years now.
Who would Boston have to get to beat the Cavs? Melo? That's not going to do it.
LeBron.
KD?
I mean, there's a bunch of guys that you could add to Boston, and then, okay, yes, they're a legit contender, but in terms of guys available or could actually get, I don't think so.
I've got it.
Maybe if you add, again, I want to say someone like Boogie Cousins or even Carmelo, but no, that's not enough.
Right. I was going to say Isaiah Thomas grows a foot, and they bring in Boogie Cousins. Boom.
Still no, because then Boogie Cousins is your best player on that team. No championship team is going to win if Boogie Cousins is your best player. Not going to happen. You're never going to win a title with that guy as your best player, ever.
What's the Boston's coach name?
Stevens.
Could Brad Stevens corral him? Because I see maybe if he goes to San Antonio or something like that.
But he has zero leadership skills. Your best player can't have zero leadership skills if you want to win.
It's a real piece of crap. That boogie. All right, John, let's wrap this up. Been talking to you for way too long. It's that time again, my friend.
I'm ready.
It's time to 86 something. What are you going to 86 this week? Preferably in the world of deportes, mi amigo.
No. No gracias. I am 86ing the NBA regular season.
Oh,
it doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't it go to it goes to April?
We're not even at the halfway point yet. We're not even halfway through yet.
It goes till April and you're 86ing it. You can't do that yet.
86 because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of this matters till the playoffs. And even then, it really doesn't matter until the finals when we get the Warriors-Cavs again. And hopefully Cleveland hasn't fallen apart by then.
Well, this is good. Do you have any projects you want to get done while you 86 the NBA regular season? Should we just put this podcast on hold since we have nothing to talk about?
Well, we'll have something to talk about.
World Cup qualifying?
In the world of sports.
World Cup qualifying?
Not
Start
bad.
watching soccer, bro.
The NBA or the NFL draft will be coming up.
Oh, God.
We still have a Super Bowl. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
All right, we got to sign off. That's enough, John.
Good.
I don't wanna talk about that shit.
I'm done with you.
You cannot disrespect the caterpillar and rave about the butterfly.